5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are now live.
Former athlete, businessman, model, fashion influencer, father of 3. Don't be a hating ass bitch.
This guy was good.
Thank you for having me, Kobe. This is fun.
Crazy game, stay crazy, Simon. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? It is your boys. man. How good does it feel to be back? How good does it feel to be back? They said, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, I'm high as shit. They said we was on a little break. They said had a little blue balls, but I'm back. They said I am back. I am back. They said, and of course I am back with none other than my boy Noah Tip. They said this is Tuesday night, so that means it is Tuesday night live, and you are tuned into the hottest podcast straight out of Wilmington, Delaware, the Crazy Talk podcast. And of course I am your host, none other than Kobe Nasir Wallace, aka call me Dot Krazy. Oh my god, that felt good. That felt great. So, like,
yeah, man.
They said, but we are back in action tonight. Tip. Tonight we have a very jam-packed episode. They said we took weeks off. They said in that time frame, right? A lot has happened. They said it kind of really escalated while we were on that little break where we didn't have Tuesday Night Live, but to see kind of the downward trend, the descent into fucking hell that America does every couple of years, it's crazy to kind of see it, as now we are adults. We're kind of the people who is most entranced in social media. We're most entranced in what's going on, currently in the world. So for me, it's shocking to kind of see it happening right in front of our eyes. And what I'm talking about is the recent deaths, the recent questionable deaths of black men, young black teenagers in America, right? I think we have been seeing a lot of bullshit. It's no other way to kind of sugarcoat this, right?
It's bullshit. That's exactly what it is.
Of bullshit, right? Yeah. They said tonight we are going to get each other's opinions on some of this shit. They said because we haven't really spoken since we talked about Cyrus Carmack Belton. Rest in peace, Cyrus Carmack Belton. We haven't really spoken since that situation. Since then, we have seen Carmelo Anthony convicted of murder. We've seen and what some people will call unjustly, right? Some people would say that it was a rigged trial. Some people would say that the system is rigged. It wasn't a rigged trial. The system is just designed in a way to keep black men down. What we didn't discuss was Stephen A. Smith and Dr. Umar had a very public exchange about kind of the circumstances surrounding Carmelo Anthony being convicted and sentenced. He was also sentenced to 35 years in prison. He is eligible for parole at 17 and a half years. Tip, I kind of went on my little diatribe about it in episode 25, Blue Balls. If you haven't, go watch that. They said, so I want to get your opinion. Stephen A. Smith kind of came from the place of, he has to go with what was said in the court docs. He has to go with the testimonies and the evidence that was presented in this trial instead of kind of a morality shift or an ethical shift about it. He had to look at this from logic, he said, and just kind of go off of what he was shown. Verbatim is what he said. Whereas though, Dr. Umar is very pro-black, very, and outright about it. They said he took a completely different stance. Like, there is in no way that we see an Asian man, Rick Chow, 2 weeks before get completely acquitted of all charges. And if not in similar instances, we're seeing Carmelo Anthony being sentenced to 35 years. Where do you stand in this fight? Where do you stand? On which side do you stand? Are you leaning more towards Dr. Umar, or are you agreeing with Stephen A. Smith? Can you just go by the facts?
I mean, so this case was super interesting to me. Cool, because like it was a lot of information all in one case, I would say. Like it was a lot of different stories, a lot of different point of views. Um, to a point where I really didn't know where I fitted in. You know what I'm saying? Like where I was leaning towards. I hear Umar's point, you know what I'm saying? Just how we treat black men in the court justice system. It's fucked.
Yeah.
But on Stephen A's side, it's like, I mean, what else can we do? Because it's not one of those cases where he was clearly not doing anything or he was super innocent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going spade to spade. Like, he wasn't the most innocent person. So it's kind of hard to defend that. So I can see where Stephen A's coming from. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, like, it's one of them shits where I gotta go with the court. Gotta trust the justice system. So I'm right in between the both of them because I see both sides. Like, it's as much as I want to believe, like, you know, like not believe in a good way, but like believe that the court system was probably fucked them up and that's what it was. On the flip side, it's like you stabbed somebody and it was a physical altercation. You know what I'm saying? So
that as well. People could say, right? People could easily say, well, the jury was all white. You know, it's in South Carolina. What do we expect, right? That is an argument. However, which is why the only reason I kind of gave Stephen A. Smith any kind of understanding as to what he was saying is because shortly after, you know, he was sentenced, the verdict came out. I mean, he was convicted, the verdict came out, and then he was shortly sentenced. After all of that happened, after all of that process was over, they released kind of all of the footage, I guess, that they used as evidence in this case. And to me, they're like, say I was a defense attorney, I wouldn't know how to defend this, right? Unless we bring in all of the specifics of he was bullied and da. Like, for me, looking at the footage of the track meet, looking at the footage of him running away, the arrest, all of it for me kind of pointed to not completely innocent, right?
Right, yeah.
So do I think that is an argument? However, what I think people have a problem with, at least with the stance that Stephen A. Smith took, is that understood, right? That part of it is understood. That logic is understood. However, at what point, and like I said last episode, at what point as Black people do we give each other the benefit of the doubt, right? In a way, and say, like you said, he couldn't do it morally or ethic. Why can't we look at some of these issues and take a different moral stance than motherfuckers that, you know, are in the industry, right? Just because you have a big platform, you shouldn't say, well, this black man did nothing wrong. No, because there are white people who cave and coon for their own people all the time. You know what I'm saying? There are white men who put on caps and capes and save their entire fucking race from any fucking wrongdoing, whether they fucking starting cults and whatever. They give each other kind of a pass, and I'm not saying we should give each other passes for doing bullshit or weird criminal activity. No, this man, if the stories are true, this man was bullied and a physical altercation ensued, which led to someone dying.
Then that's, you know,
I don't think that's 35 years worth of jail time. You know what I'm saying? So that brings me to the next kind of topic that we're going to discuss tonight. Nolan Wells, right?
Now that's the one we got to talk about. That's the one. I need some limelight on that.
Nolan Wells was a 15-year-old who went on vacation with a group of his friends who are white. Every last single one of them were white. And he went missing on the 4th of July. He went missing. He was reported he was missing. It kind of broke, it broke news and kind of got distributed very quickly, in my opinion. After that, there was kind of a short search, I would say, in my opinion. There was kind of a short search into which they recover the body. Right, they recover the body. The body turns out to be that of Nolan Wells. I'm going to read an article from News Nation because I do want to get, kind of some more specifics before we dive into our opinions and our think pieces on this tip. So from News Nation, I have family and friends are grieving the loss of a Mississippi teen after a body believed to be his was found Monday near where he went missing on July 4th. The Ocean Springs School District confirmed the body found on Horn Island, a barrier island off the Gulf Coast, was 18-year-old Nolan Wells. Wait, okay, I'm going to keep going. They said News Nation local affiliate WJTV reported authorities have also indicated that a body fitting the description was found on the island. Wells's mother, Courtney Wansley, wrote on Facebook that family and friends are absolutely devastated and described him as a sweet son who was always willing to cheer and uplift others. She also thanked everyone involved in the search, quote, for all the love, support, resources over the last few days, end quote. Where was Nolan last seen? He was last seen on the northwest tip of Horn Island on the afternoon of the 4th of July. Officials said he was on a boat trip with friends when they left without him. ABC News reported, quote, from what we understand, he chose to stay there, end quote. Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter told ABC, adding he doesn't suspect foul play. Authorities believed he drowned, but are continuing their investigation, according to the outlet. The Sheriff's Department led search with help from the Mississippi Department of Marine Sources, the U.S. Coast Guard, and the United Cajun Navy. I don't know why that made me laugh. Crews searched both land and water. They said missing. They said Nolan was so much more than the outstanding football player. That's kind of the personals. We can kind of get into that later. I'll read that. I'll read that a little later on. But to see this happening in 2026 on the 4th of July, I mean, it kind of speaks for itself, right? Like for me, this shit ain't justifiable in my opinion. Yeah, right. Like I there is no argument. A white motherfucker, an Asian bitch, nobody could say to me that will ever make me believe anything differently. Tip. I grew up around niggas. Okay, they said niggas. I've never had white friends. Who's to say I will never? I don't know. I don't hate white people, but here's what I'm saying right there. I've never grown up around white people. I've never really been in predominantly white spaces. Even in a lot of the jobs I work, they haven't been predominantly white spaces, right? So for me, I'm not accustomed to that dynamic at all whatsoever. So for me, it is always like the oddball when I see a black nigga in a group of white people. It's the first thing I see every time. It doesn't matter if it's 5 white bitches and a black nigga, 5 white bitches and a black girl. It doesn't. I spot it almost instantly every single time, and the first thought that goes in my head is, there is no way this is real. Like there's no way these are sustainable, real friendships, right? Right. Because and this is just my opinion, in most predominantly white spaces, there is a lack of what is the word? It's a lack of knowledge, right? It's
of other cultures,
ignorance, right? Of other cultures, right? And so for me, always seeing black people in predominantly white spaces, it scares me, because if you are able to kind of adapt to an ignorant space or ignorant surrounding, that means you are now becoming ignorant. That means you have now become ignorant to the problems and issues in which you face as a black person, right? And sorry to say, we don't know the situation, but I do think that's what we're looking at here.
Yeah, I mean, from what I saw, it's a boy that went on vacation with a group of white guys, to a private area, Um, and he
In
didn't come back
Mississippi.
in Mississippi, and then it makes you question too, because I've heard a couple stories. I'm not sure how accurate they are. And this is like via TikTok, but they said that the boy still had his phone and that he went off with a girl. I mean, what dude don't got his phone with him? You know what I'm saying, when he's with somebody, especially on an island.
Or on vacation. I was gonna say
On vacation, just in general, like them boys came back with his phone, and then you leave your man's. Like, I don't know about you, Cole, but we've gone places. Yo, we're checking on everybody. Like, why would we leave without a person we came with? Like, just Cole, like just like being black boys in America. Like, yo, like you leave with your friend, you come back with your friend, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And it felt weird if you didn't come back with your man's, because it was like, I don't know where he's at. I don't know what he's doing.
Right. I thought that was a human thing, right? I thought,
yeah, I mean, you know, that's just how we brought up,
right? Like, I feel like you go somewhere with people, you go somewhere with somebody, you and not stay with them, because we all know motherfuckers dilly dabble and go parlay and blah blah blah. But the end, like, if you are leaving the scene of the crime, so to speak, if you are leaving the location, you make sure you have your entire pack with you. So for me, that, and I haven't really seen too much of like the fan theories or like the of what people are saying right about this. I just kind of chalked it up to my own opinion. But what are people saying? Like, is that the only speculation that's out there?
What I'm hearing is that, you know, they had his phone, that they said he ran off with a girl. They might have, let's say they ran off. I don't know the exact times. Let's say he left with her like around like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, right? She said that he left her to go back with his friends. So she's like, I don't know where he went after that. His friends like, nah, she was with her. You know, like they're pointing the finger, like, nah, we don't know what happened. So it's a bunch of I don't knows. You know what I'm saying?
Investigate that bitch too.
So it's like it puts you in a weird spot, and then, you know, he's with these white people, and I want young black men to know that, like, you gotta make sure you're in the right spaces, right? Yeah. And this is optional spaces, because these are your friends. These are people you can pick to be around. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're forced into an area. Like, no, this is people you trust. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know what his demographic like in his school. You know, maybe he has. What you about to say, Cole? Go ahead.
That's also no. You was about to kind of say it. That's also, I feel like, kind of goes into it, right?
Right.
Black parents.
Yeah.
Who move their children to the suburban places or to these diverse schools or whatever, right? I think you owe your child a service of acknowledging them about this type of shit, of making them knowledgeable about, you know, being the only black person in a group of white people, or being a black person in a predominantly white town or whatever, or what have you. I think this boy was seriously ignorant to who he was as a black person in being in Mississippi or being alone, because for me, as a black person surrounded by a whole bunch of white people, I wouldn't even feel comfortable being alone. That's just me. Yeah. I'm down here in Horn Island. I've never even fucking heard of that. In Mississippi, no. I'm not leaving the crew. I'm not leaving the site of witnesses.
Right.
You know, but that's just me. But I think that goes into like what you were saying. Mm-hmm. When you come from predominantly white schools, like, you don't know what the school system was like, but when you are in those spaces, what else can you do?
Yeah. And on top of that, you know, I grew up in a diverse area. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up, neighbors is white. I got Jewish neighbors. I got black neighbors. I got everything. You know what I'm saying? On my block or my town or whatever. Right. Throughout school, I have one white friend I can really call my friend, like someone I can really call up. So I never really been around spaces where it's predominantly white people. You know what I'm saying? So it is. I don't, like I said, I don't know how the school system set up. Like, I don't know, you know, people be having different friend groups. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the boy played football, so maybe he was with his teammates who did this or teammates who did, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know necessarily the demographic he's around, but from what I'm seeing, it's like he was in a crowd that didn't necessarily give a fuck about him. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. His friends aren't friends, but it's like these are friends that didn't want to check up on you, or if they had your phone, why do you have your man's phone if y'all are out? You know what I'm saying? If he's going with a girl. I don't know about you, Cole, but like if I'm going out with a girl, maybe I don't know her necessarily. Like, I'm make sure I have my phone. I ain't trying to get lying. Like, I ain't trying to get, you know, like I'm always just, it's just a cautious thing to do. Right. So for him not to have his phone is a little sketchy to me. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a lot of holes, a lot of like everyone. I feel like everyone that was there needs to get interrogated. Like,
Get it, yeah,
like I need full blown because
for sure. For sure. We need to know more, right? We need to know more. They said I felt like it was even a little sketchy, and maybe that's just their lifestyle, right? Because even his mom, when she first kind of broke news about him being missing, for me it didn't sound like a black woman in fear that her black son was missing on a group trip full of his white friends. Like she kind of just kind of made it seem like, oh, my son is missing, I would love to find my son. No, like there's something bigger here. You need to sound the alarms before anybody else gets a chance to, because the first thing they're gonna do is try to discredit anything. Well, you never said it was foul play, or you never thought it was foul play until people online did.
Right.
I think this, like, I can't wait. Honestly, because rest in peace to Nolan Wells, but I cannot wait until we have more information on this, because it's not making sense.
It's not
Making sense.
It's scary. It's scary because it's crazy, because I don't, and it hurts me to say this, but them playing that I don't know game actually helps in their defense. And I'm just keeping a complete being. Like the whole like everyone sticks to that shit, bro. That there's gonna be so many gaps because they're on a private area. So it's like I'm pretty sure the only people that can get to the islands are through like private passage or some shit like that. So it's not like this is like open to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So
let's dive a little deeper. We know for a fact, okay? We know for a fact that these white parents are telling their children, you don't say shit.
Shit, yeah.
You don't say nothing. I would take it even to as far as to say all the white parents got together and said, we need to figure out at least a story amongst all of our children that sounds the same.
Yeah.
Right? It wouldn't shock me if all of these kids end up with the same fucking lawyer. It wouldn't shock me if they all somehow, some way get tried. If this does come to charges in a trial, if they get tried as a group, right? And one attorney is defending them all. I wouldn't be surprised, because it's shady. It's shady.
Extremely.
And whether it's shady on their behalf or it's shady on the investigators' behalf, maybe the investigators aren't giving the public the full information. But for me, like you said several times, if my man's is missing, black, white, purple, green, Mexican, if my people's is missing, we need to find my people's.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say we need to do it ASAP. And I'm gonna say, do, and give whatever I need to in order to find my people's. Right?
Shit, that's what I'm saying. Because they said he went missing at 3:00. Like, you telling me y'all went that whole night and like, yo, honest to God, bro, I probably would have called the out. Like, if we generally don't know where you are, and we're on an island, bro, I'm calling immediately.
Calling the police, yeah.
And I got your phone, so I don't know where you're at, bro. Like
if we're anywhere besides in the confines of the city of which we live, and you with me, and we went somewhere together, and you're now unresponsive to me, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and he took his phone. That's the shit I'm still baffled on. They had his phone. What person goes somewhere without their phone? Like, he 18. Every 18 have a phone, bro. Like,
it's not making sense to me.
It's not.
They said, while we wait for more updates on on the Nolan Wells story, it's just a bigger, it's a small part, sorry to say, a small part of a much bigger issue, right? We, over the past couple of weeks, as I was saying at the beginning of the episode, over the past couple of weeks, we have seen so much similar shit as to weird or unexplainable occurrences of how black people are dying in this country. A young girl on Juneteenth was hung in Miami, Florida. Here in Wilmington, Delaware, in the same time span, a young 16-year-old was killed, shot and killed by Wilmington police. Like, is it just me? Are y'all not seeing the trend right now? We get this trend every couple of years, and we do the same thing. I kind of got to blame us black people at some point, right? Because that's what we drop the ball every fucking time.
Every time.
We get hype, we stand up, we protest for 5 fucking minutes, and then we're back dead silent, letting the shit continue on. I'm not saying we need to be out here looting our cities up, burning shit down to the fucking ground, but at some point, you got to start doing the fighting that matters. And that's not looting. That's not fucking, in my opinion, it's not protesting. It's getting educated on the law, getting educated on certain shit that you didn't think you needed to be educated on. Is getting educated on history, because if you know the history, then you know the future.
Because it repeats itself.
Simple.
So that's a wholehearted fact.
With America KKK tip, we have seen it. If you know the history, you know the fucking future, because it is bound to come back around. It's bound.
100%.
It's bound. They said we are seeing something so vicious. I touched on Kadir Skinner. I kind of want to read. I want to read the article, the latest update that we have on Kadir Skinner. They said so. This is from NBC 10 Philadelphia. On the same day as his funeral, the family of Kadir Skinner, the Delaware man who was shot and killed by Wilmington police last month, reacted to the body-worn footage of the shooting. So, as you know, if you are in the Wilmington area or the tri-state area, you've heard about this shooting. If you've heard about this shooting, you know that the biggest point of contention with the shooting was seeing for the public. It was seeing this body cam footage, right? Because the police alleged that Kadir Skinner was wielding a weapon, pointing it toward the crowd, which is why he was shot, right? So not only was he shot, another big point of contention with this case was he was shot, then he was handcuffed. After being shot, he was handcuffed and then placed into the back of a police car. He was not offered medical attention. Medical attention was not called for him. He was handcuffed and placed into the back of a police cruiser while bleeding out with bullet holes and bullet wounds in him. Right. According to police officers on patrol responded to a large gathering near 24th and Jessup Streets in Wilmington, Delaware on June 14, 2026. Police said they saw a 19-year-old Kadir Skinner exiting a nearby house with a gun pointed toward the crowd. When approached by officers, Skinner ran and an officer shot him. According to investigators, the officers who shot Skinner has been placed on administrative leave as the standard protocol following an officer-involved shooting in the Wilmington Police Department. That is standard protocol for officer-involved shooting, is they are placed on administrative leave. Never
heard that before, but that's respectful. I like that.
Sounds respectful.
Yeah.
Right? So it also makes it hard to believe. Right? Every officer-involved shooting, the officer's placed on administrative leave. That's protocol. I
mean, I never heard that before. This is new to me. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but like I like the concept.
Yeah.
But it does. If you're saying it seems performative, it does seem a little performative for them to say something like that. Especially if it's not true. It's even worse. But
yeah.
But
no, I've never, and it might be true. Like it might honestly.
That's solid if it is. If it's genuinely like some real shit, like I'm all right, like cool. Like if you want to investigate every time there's a shooting with an officer, that's dope.
That's
like
thorough.
that. Yeah.
If anything, that's thorough, right?
Yeah.
But we will touch on the validity of that at a later date. They said the officer who was shot. Okay, so on the morning of July 2nd, 2026, the family of Kadir Skinner and their attorneys held a press conference in Wilmington, Delaware, demanding transparency. That's was a big point of contention.
Right.
From we have a quote which says, quote, if it shows the officer doing everything by the book and by the policy, release the video. Is that so much for this family to ask? Question mark, release the video, end quote. And that was a quote said by renowned civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who came to Delaware on behalf of the Skinner family. So, and he wasn't the only one. I mean, everybody was in town. Everybody, NCAA, NAACP. I said the NCAA, not.
I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant.
Not college, not college sports. They said, but everybody was in town. See, I actually hold on one little quick second. I'm sorry, y'all. Stay tuned with us. But I love the fact that we can laugh even though we're talking about some serious shit. They say, because I don't know. It's just that's just us. That's what we do. We're not laughing at the circumstances of anything that we're talking about. If we ever laugh while we're talking about some serious shit, it's because that's just who we are.
Yeah.
They said so. Right. So Rashad Skinner, Kadir Skinner's mother, spoke at the press conference alongside the family's attorneys, calling justice for her son. I mean, this was big tip. Everybody in Wilmington was talking about it. Every news outlet up and down the tri-state, the DMV, everywhere had this, and picked it up, and we're talking about it. They said, and now we got Kadir Skinner here. Crump revealed that Skinner had been running from a dog at the time of the incident. He did, I don't know who knows this, but when attorneys picks up cases, they do their own preliminary investigations. I don't know if people knew that or not, right? So I'm guessing that this is what, the Crump's team of attorneys gathered from their investigation was that he was running from a dog. We have another quote which says, now we got Kadir Skinner here in Wilmington, Delaware. He got shot for running from a dog while being black. I mean, think about that. End quote. Benjamin Crump said. Quote, he is running away, and if you got something to justify why you shot and killed this young, a 19-year-old black man running away, why wouldn't you release the video? Following the press conference in the afternoon, Skinner's mother and the team of lawyers traveled to Wilmington Police headquarters to watch the body camera video. Attorney Harry Daniels says, quote, it was troubling to us because he was running away from him. We heard him say, I can't breathe 20 times after he was shot. And it was just hard to watch, said attorney Harry Daniels. Skinner's attorneys revealed to reporters that video lasts 3 minutes and 45 seconds and sound is not available during the first portion of the recording. The Skinner family and their attorneys continue to call for the video to be released to the public. The latest details on the shooting, following an investigation conducted by the Delaware Division of Forensic Sciences, it was determined that Skinner sustained a single gunshot wound to his upper left buttocks area, said official. According to police, after the shooting and the discovery of Skinner's injuries, an officer of the scene transported him to the hospital in handcuffs in the back of a police car. Took him to the hospital. Yeah. In the days following the incident, some neighbors and community leaders spoke out saying they saw officers picking up spent shell casings, putting them in their pockets. That was another big point of contention in this case. Yes. Witnesses from the Delaware area, from the Wilmington area, said they vividly saw Wilmington police officers picking up fired shell casings, bullet casings from the scene and putting them into their pockets. Someone who I can confirm, the Crazy Talk podcast can exclusively confirm, has video footage of Wilmington Police Department officers picking up spent shell casings and putting them in their pocket. I, Kobe Nasir Wallace, can confirm that.
And you said you're saying shell casings like as in plural, like so multiple. And he said he only got shot once in his butt.
The autopsy is revealing that he only got shot once. But it was alleged he got shot multiple times. He was said to have multiple wounds. And like I just said, I can confirm I saw video footage of officers picking up spent shell casings. So, right. According to the officials, because this is important as well, according to officials, police officers on the scene recovered Skinner's firearm, determined to be a 45 caliber handgun with an extended magazine. In addition to ballistic evidence, police say the materials were given to forensic technicians for analysis and preservation as a part of the police department and Delaware Department of Justice's investigations. Following the review of the footage by Skinner's mother and family and their team of attorneys, Daniels remarked on the presence of the weapon in the video. And he said, well, here's the thing. We don't know that because the video wasn't clear. We pointed out at some point that a weapon was dropped, but we don't know that in particular because we didn't get an opportunity to really study and examine the video. Now, the rest of the article, y'all can go read that at NBC 10 Philadelphia. The rest of the article kind of just goes into more bullshit and minutia about, the mayor speaking out and the Wilmington city officials speaking out about this. But I think, again, what is there to be said? This is a young black man, let's lay it down on the fucking table. Whether he had a gun or not, he was shot in the back, which means, in fact, he was running away. Right? Which means that at that point, he is not imposing a physical threat to anyone. If he's running away, if then they say in the video, which y'all are telling us, y'all are showing them the video, and y'all are telling us that he's dropping a gun. Here's the part of the video where he drops the gun. Why is he then still shot? Okay, are we shooting a suspect to immobilize them, or are we shooting a suspect to kill and harm them?
Because here's what I'm told, right? And this is my perspective of what you told me, right?
Right.
So say I have a gun, right? I quote unquote pointed at a crowd.
Right.
Police, hey, get him, right? So I'm running. Okay, now the dog's on me. Fuck, I'm not trying to get bit. I'm tossing the gun and be like, yo, I'm good, but I don't want that dog to bite me. So in a sense, I can see him saying like, yo, I tossed the gun, like, take the dog back. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's trying to get bit by a fucking German Shepherd. Like, that nigga's bite force is insane. And they'll fuck your shit up. So I'm saying he could have tossed him like, yo, I'm good, but don't take the dog back or some shit.
Right.
And while they're running, they shoot him. So that's how I'm looking at it, right? That's how I'm piecing it together. But I'm always big on, you know what I'm saying? If they're running from you, if their back is turned and they're running, I'm with you. It's not a threat. Does it make it better that the boy had a gun? No, it don't make it better. Like I'm not condoning with him having a gun and him having a 45 with extended magazine. Like I'm not condoning none of that shit. Like that's bad. That's that's some idiotic shit. But do I think he deserves to die for it? Fuck no. For him not to get cared so late, fuck no. You know what I'm saying? If you shoot a suspect, he should be immediately transported to the hospital. You can chain him to the fucking little bed shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Put him on the stretcher, chain him to the stretcher. But I wouldn't be sitting there, you know what I'm saying?
At that point,
it's like
right. Your investigation cease.
Right.
You are now in paramedic mode, right? Like as a police officer, or at least that's what the training is.
Right.
You clear the weapon and then you proceed to get medical attention for the suspect.
Exactly.
Regardless of the situation, right? So, like we always say here at the Crazy Talk podcast, America KKK is still America KKK. And at some point, the war on black men, the war on black people, it has to cease. And what it will take for that to happen, I'm not quite sure. We've had many of political figures, we've had many of people religious leaders,
Major deaths. We've had everything to
you
wake
know,
us up.
like, to try and wake us up, and nothing seems to work, right, Tip? So the only advice I can kind of give is to, like I said earlier, make yourself knowledgeable on these laws that they use to kill people. Like, we're seeing it. They use these fucked up laws, these injustices, and the flaws in this system to kill people and to get away with killing people. So what we have to do as the minority is to be at least more knowledgeable and be at least more in depth about this shit, so that we can find loopholes, we can find our own, curvatures of the law, or our own, cracks to the system, because it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous that we can see, police officers maim and kill people with little to no consequence. It's we're literally seeing Asian men get acquitted on charges of killing black people. At what point in the same world we're seeing Carmelo Anthony, getting fucking sentenced to 35 years in prison?
Right.
Like, at what point do we say, okay, let's wake the fuck up. Let's do our due diligence. Let's get smarter. Let's get better and fight the true fight. Fight the real fight. You know what I'm saying? Not the protesting, not the looting, not the lobbying down at City Hall. No, nigga. Lobby in that motherfucking classroom.
Yeah.
And not the high school classroom. Not the elementary. Lobby in that motherfucking college classroom that's gonna get you that degree, that's gonna get you, your law degree, or whatever it is you're fighting for, whatever it is you want to do to help the black community. Right?
We gotta do our part. Man.
Yeah.
We gotta do our part.
They said,
By any means.
in other news tip, because the war on black men is so advanced, because it's so so layered and so just coming from everywhere, we must discuss the Big Tigger fiasco, right? For those of us who don't know, Big Tigger is a radio. He's a renowned radio host. I think it's like V.103 or some shit like that. Down in Atlanta. He's been on air for years. I want to say damn near a decade plus. He's been on air. Big Tigger is really influential in the black community, at least in the radio world. So it's just a lot. It's really a lot.
I don't know where to start.
I don't know where to start either. Like, this shit started and it like snowballed. It snowballed crazily. Like, they said 2 weeks ago, Big Tigger's wife, his estranged wife at this point, Alicia Brown, went on Instagram kind of posting some skeptical kind of what's that one word? I don't know what the fuck that one word is, but she was posting some crazy shit. And she posted pictures of her face. She posted pictures of her arms, I think it was. She just had a whole lot of pictures on there and captions reading shit like, "Oh, you beat me." They said this at this point. Now I'm speak out for all the shit that you've done. I have a quote here from TMZ of one thing she said. I'm bleeding. Take a video, which we heard her say in one of the videos that dropped. But she was posting pictures, but she had all these kind of captions over the stories and over the pictures. Later that week, we get arrest reports that Big Tigger was arrested on battery and cruelty to children charges.
Yeah.
They said ring camera footage, which is when the ring camera footage then surfaced after the arrest, where we see them kind of fighting over a phone. We didn't know at first what they were fighting over until earlier this week, yesterday, Monday, Now we know that they are fighting over the phone because then yet another video dropped, but this time is from inside the goddamn house. Inside the house, we are seeing a struggle ensue between Big Tigger and his wife over Big Tigger's phone. He's like, give me my phone, give me my phone, give me my phone, give me my phone. She's, get off of me, screaming, fighting her back, trying to get him off of her. Someone is recording the video. The person who is recording the video is kind of pleading with Tigger to let her go, just let her keep the phone, get off of her, stop hitting her. At no point in the video do we see Big Tigger hit his wife, right? In either video, we didn't see that. It was alleged that he hit her. It was alleged that he hit her and abused her on multiple occasions. It was alleged by her that he was abusive to their children. And from neither of the videos did we gather that evidence, right, Tip? Everything that dropped, nothing pointed to abuse, right?
It seemed like two little kids arguing.
Right. Now, I have, like everyone, I have parents. I have been around countless couples, and I'm never going to normalize any type of abuse or violence, right? But I think it is at least bottom of the totem pole when a couple begins to argue about a phone. That shit right there that I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that shit's like,
like, all right.
You see it everywhere.
You see it everywhere. Bitch, if you got my phone.
Especially there's something in there, like,
exactly. Now,
if a nigga really fighting for his phone, bro, like, Cole, let's go with it, bro. We can really speak on it, bro. Like,
now if we're talking to,
let me just, the ladies for real. It's for everybody, actually, right? If you take your significant other's phone, right, and they is violently trying to get that motherfucker back, they got some shit. They got it, like it, and you. That's one of those shit you just take it on the chin. You take it on the chin. It's cool, bro. Like they got some shit, nigga. Now it's up to you if you want to stay with them or not. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. But if a nigga is
now,
let him have that shit.
I've seen hella fan theories in the comments about somebody wanted for us to say it's a nigga in his
yo, like I said, whatever you think it is, bro. Like, don't even like. It's
ladies, bro. Listen up, fellas, listen up, because let's talk about it, Tip. Let's talk about it. If your bitch or your nigga, oh my God, I just can't bring myself to even because it's so obvious. If you ask a motherfucker for their phone or you get possession of a motherfucker's phone and they become visibly irate, upset, or anything other than relinquishing the phone,
get that shit back.
Give it back. Give it back. If you haven't seen anything in it, if you haven't cracked the code to it yet, give it back because you are about to hurt yourself. Yeah. You are about to hurt your feelings. You are about to hurt your relationship. You're about to hurt your future, your mental, your emotions. Everything is done. The moment they get upset about you having that fucking phone, give it back.
See, Cole, I don't know about you. I'm a big believer that God will let it come to me. Like God not gonna let me have me looking dumb the whole time. He gonna give me some signs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I'm never the type of nigga to go through a girl phone. I don't want to see that shit. Cause even if there's nothing in there, I'm gonna find something in there I don't like.
Yeah.
So it's best I let God handle it. Let God bring it to my face or some shit.
Yeah, I'm
gonna play dumb the whole time.
If you with me and you don't like telling me everything, you not for me. Simple. He said so. I should never have to go through a motherfucking phone because you should just willingly tell me anything and everything. I should know what a motherfucker texted you last week. Simple.
Yeah, I'm not cool. I ain't disagreeing with you, cuz.
Simple. They said also, if we are arguing over my phone to the point where it becomes somewhat physical, to the point where I have to either restrain you or physically get my phone from you, we're doing too much.
Yeah.
We're doing too much, right? Like at some point, these are 40, 50-year-old plus people, right?
Grown as shit.
Grown as fuck. At what point, and this kind of makes me sad for, people our age, because like, oh, if we don't get it together now, we could really,
It might be worse.
Like it could be bad, because that's little shit for me. Like that's little, like arguing over a phone, that's little shit. Seeing where it spiraled to, the reports of the assault, the domestic battery, the cruelty of children charges. I mean, this is a lot.
Rap sheet.
It's and if we are judging this based off of the videos, to which I have to say, someone in her camp is releasing. Like they think this is
100%.
her. Like someone, whoever is releasing these videos, think that this looks good on her. And
she's saying record, so it's gotta be someone she knows or something like that. Cause
if
it's
and
my
everyone
man,
that's
I ain't
recording
that shit.
is like saying, "Oh, get off of her," and he's like not even doing shit to her. So it's like it has to
he gassing it and shit, trying to make it. I mean,
Tip,
I've seen shit like that before.
what is your thoughts on long time marriages? Right, when people who are in long time marriages decide that whatever, this isn't working for me anymore, I didn't like this, I didn't like that, blah blah blah, whatever it is, the turning point, the deciding factor of when a person in a long-term marriage decides that they want to leave that marriage. What, in your opinion, what is it that makes it so volatile? Like, is it ever an amicable break when you've been with somebody for so long, or is it always going to involve the feelings of the past, the feelings of some shit you never addressed, or some shit you didn't leave for 10 years ago, but you're leaving for now, right? And now you're bringing up all the anger of all of that. What is your opinion on that? Are we seeing the breakdown of a marriage, or are we seeing, like, some true glimmerings of domestic abuse and everything that's been alleged?
So the thing is about this, so had this been non-celebrities and just regular people, I'd probably be like, you know what, like, I hate to say it, but like shit like this happens. Like this is not out of the norm.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that their lives are public and everyone wants to perceive that public image that they have or maintain the public image that they have or make it better, it could be the downfall of it, because to them it might be our little toxic shit. This ain't the first time it's happened, but now it's public. Right. So now you gotta stand on certain shit or people gonna look at you differently. You know what I'm saying? So I've not to say I've seen it, but I've heard of cases like this that wasn't, necessarily publicized like this, and they're still together. Like it's just how they are.
Right.
But since it's public, you going back to that nigga, or you fucking with her still, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of that whole little shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So based on what they got going on right now, it probably is over because it is public, but who am I to say? I don't know. For all we know, Kobe, they could be booed up right now. Like,
Very well.
Niggas don't know what niggas do in their private lives. We really don't.
Something else that happened in this is his wife, while she went out exposing all of, like, the videos of him allegedly hitting her and all of that shit, she also went out and alleged that he was having a long time affair with his radio co-host, Francesca. I don't know the bitch's last name, but Francesca, the co-host, went and sued the wife for $10 million.
When was this? This is recent?
This was July 6th, yesterday, Monday.
Oh, shit. Well,
Francesca radio co-host on V100.3, Francesca Amaker, is suing Big Tigger's estranged wife. According to court documents obtained by TMZ, Amaker filed a defamation suit against Alicia Brown, claiming she had lied about her on social media posting. The Emmy Award-winning journalist had an affair with Big Tigger and helped destroy their marriage. Amaker insists her relationship with the radio host has always been strictly professional and claims Brown post labeling her as a quote homewrecker unquote unleashed a wave of online hate which damaged her reputation, cost her business opportunities, and forced her to hire a crisis management team. She's seeking unspecified damages. My fault. It wasn't 10 million, it was unspecified. That means, bitch, when I win, I'm gonna write that motherfucking number.
Fucking check. Yeah, I'm gonna do my own number.
They said, what is your thoughts on this, Tim? What are your thoughts on the wife, her headspace, and kind of the way that she's handling all of this? I think one thing we can kind of agree on, I would say, is when we are seeing breakdowns of relationships, is usually the woman, right, who spirals in the eyes of the public. Right now, this nigga could be fucking batshit crazy behind the scenes. Like, there could be other videos that weren't recorded, right? Of scenes of him doing crazy, wild, fucked up shit. But more times than not, Tip, in the eyes of the public, when women go to retell the story or go to expose it, they do so much other shit trying to get that one win that they lose in so many other places. Do you think this is a case of that? Do you think his wife spiraled and then shot the gun at everybody who she wanted to, who she thought she could get, aim at, and kind of fucked herself in the end?
So I'm assuming it's cool for the greater good. I'm assuming that she's in love with this man, right?
Okay.
And we know that women are naturally more emotional than men. That's just the God honest truth. It's the way science is. I didn't do it. God did. So I can see that she's probably going through a lot right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, headspace probably ain't all the way there. Kids are involved. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's public, so it's even worse. So I don't necessarily want to believe that, she's just having like an episode or whatnot. I think it's just one of the things where just emotion is just too much involved, and you're not gonna think clearly. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're almost in a manic episode. You know what I'm saying? And not in the sense of like it's not validated or nothing like that. Like, she has reason. I'm not gonna call the lady crazy. Like, I'm sure she has reason, but when you start attacking other people and kind of just free firing, I mean, you got to come with facts and you got to know what you're doing, especially in the public image. But I do feel for both parties because, like I said, there's kids involved. That's how I keep looking at it, right? Like, as much as we're saying these two grown people are beefing, right? There's kids involved. So it's like one of them things where, like, I can see how this is so much going on within both their heads, and it doesn't surprise me that she is the one that's kind of acting out. You know what I'm saying?
I think that he did something.
I'm sure. Oh yeah, 100%. I'm sure.
I don't know what.
Yeah, we know he did. No, we're not arguing that shit. Yeah.
I don't know what he did. I'm not saying he put his hands on her, nothing like. I'm saying he did something like he cheated. He did something. She found
grabbing that phone, bro.
Yeah. Nigga, she found out something.
You didn't delete it. Didn't delete it.
Yeah. They said not only did you didn't delete it, nigga, you let her see it.
Now she got it.
Now, and there is something about a woman when she finds out everything she had been denying to herself. It's something so what's the word? Animalistic. When a woman finds out some shit she been knew but was denying to herself. When she finds out that you've been in fact doing everything you've been telling her you weren't, and she said, okay, I believe it. When she finds that out, there is almost nothing you can do to stop that rage, to stop that anger, because you withheld, lied, whatever, but she knew it, and you never gave her the satisfaction of telling her she was right. And now that she has vivid proof that she's right, and you're still on the side of of hiding it, or lying about it, or whatever, it's going to drive a woman crazy. And I think, Tip, that's what we're seeing. I think we are seeing this nigga getting caught red-handed.
Yeah, 100%.
And when she went to go slap his ass, her hand got redder. I think she ended up fucking herself over because she wasn't able to control her fucking anger.
Yeah, her emotions.
Do I think he was cheating with the co-host? No. Only reason I believe he wasn't cheating with the co-host is I don't think this woman would go and file a lawsuit knowing damn well she was fucking this lady husband. Because if that comes out, she's going to lose the case, right?
Yeah.
Like if it comes out they were in fact fucking, like she's going to lose the case because it's no longer defamation, right? So yeah, I think Big Tigger has a lot of issues that he might want to figure out within his household. Cancel the radio show. You don't need to come to work. It's okay. We get it. They said, figure out what's going on. I also, like you said, Tip, you kind of have sympathy for both parties. If I was him, I would never fuck with her again. That's just me. Like, I don't see a world where you can ever trust her to have any type of intimacy or privacy in y'all's relationship after this. Like, you possibly couldn't think that she could ever keep a fucking secret after this shit. Whether you beat her or not, you know, like I don't know. But to see her go and spill the beans like this,
yeah, she went all out.
Like it would completely like there is no reconciling this. Last thing I want to get your opinion on the reports that she was now arrested in connection to the disappearance of her daughter from back in 2023. What the fuck?
Yeah, that took me in for a spin.
On kidnapping charges.
Yeah,
she's been brought up on kidnapping charges stemming from the disappearance of her daughter back in 2023. Now we haven't really gotten much on that.
Did they ever find the daughter? The daughter's still missing.
I believe the daughter they found. I don't know, right? Like I don't know if the daughter is missing or if she's.
That's what I was curious about.
But I do know that. I'm thinking maybe like her and the daughter ran away together, and because in 2023 they were married, so this had to be, you know, their daughter, right?
Right.
And she's being, I don't know, but we definitely will look into that because I think that's interesting. Because next week is also going to be a little bit different. Next week's Tuesday Night Live will be a little bit different. Me and Tip. This next week, we are going to watch the breaking Hulu series, the Nature Boy documentary. The
what's coming out?
Yeah, the what's it called? Fuck, shit.
It's the Ric Flair show?
No.
Oh,
I think Ric Flair does have a documentary. I think it's on Netflix though.
Yeah, I know this is coming out.
But this. The Nature Boy, I like this. You've never heard of the cult, the Carbonation cult?
Which one is that? Is that the one where they all took the shit and all died together or some shit?
No, nope.
All right, never mind.
Nature Boy is the black nigga. He used to be on Instagram and shit, and he had
like 3 wives and shit. Like everyone was praising him. They thought he was Jesus and shit. Yeah, I seen him. Yeah, all right, yeah. And there's a bunch of like black people. There's only black people.
They were all black. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Me and
documentary.
Yes, me and you are going to watch his 4-part documentary, and next week we are going to break down everything that we see. I mean, people are comparing this nigga to Jim Jones, to Charles Manson. I mean, it's crazy. They are deeming him one of the worst religious cult leaders of all time. So
was he beefing with what's his face? What's the Whack 100? And he was like, "Fuck your religion" or some shit. Is that him?
I don't know.
I see a clip of Whack 100. Like he was arguing with some dude. He was like, "Fuck your religion, fuck your shit." I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
I actually came across the guy via Instagram by seeing an old clip. and they were like, "This is the Carbonation guy," and so the documentary has been out for a little minute, but I never knew nothing about it until I heard
I didn't know
someone
about it.
the Nature Boy cult. Like they call him Nature Boy. Like he thinks he's God and all of this. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. I've already started.
I seen him on social media, but I didn't know he had like a.
Yeah, I've already started. So I'm one episode deep. It's fucking weird shit. It's crazy shit. So me and Tip will be back to discuss that. While we discuss that, we will be discussing some more social shit, y'all. They said sorry, we just got off of that. They said some more social shit. We are going to talk about Streamer University in a little bit. Really, there's nothing really to talk about. I just kind of wanted to get your opinion on everything that people are kind of saying online. I don't know if you've been seeing the comments of another year. Everybody's upset that he's not choosing small streamers, exclusively small streamers. They feel he's giving spotlights to bigger streamers. He's giving spotlights to people who already have platforms. What are your thoughts? I believe the last time Streamer University happened, we talked about it. We talked about
it. Yeah,
like vividly. I remember us talking about like how people were feeling about this and him not choosing. And I remember Angie was on for that episode, and she said, with his brand, it makes sense for him to choose big streamers, other big streamers, because that also helps the other small streamers that he picked.
Yeah, you need the big ones to make the right clips,
right?
Yeah, I don't even know why people are like mad about it. Like he picked small streamers. Like this people from I went to high school with that are really made it both times. This time too, like they got a couple of people from my high school that are up there. And we had a couple of them start out kind of small. So
do you think that it is the business ploy? Like, do you think him picking the bigger streamers, mixing them in with the smaller streamers, is he just randomly picking?
I mean, if you have a bunch of small creators, there's nothing that could really necessarily like blow up because it's a bunch of small creators. So, like, say I'm a small creator and I do some shit with fucking Silky or fucking Blackboy Max, right? And I get a clip with them, it will go more viral because they're in it, but they're also going to see me. Now it'd be different if it's just two small creators getting a clip together. Like, may not necessarily get the same reaction from other people.
Yeah.
So I think having those big creators help.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, it forces people to watch.
It forces people to watch because whether we like it or not, like even with like we have a podcast, right? Like even with this type of shit, you see people are always going to watch the motherfuckers who are bigger.
Yeah, naturally, respectfully.
Like you're at least me. Like I'm not gonna listen to, a rapper from Wilmington, Delaware, over NBA YoungBoy. I'm just not gonna do that. No matter if I think he's a good rapper or he's trash or whatever. It's just NBA YoungBoy is a heavily mainstream.
You don't want to miss it.
You don't want to miss it. And it has more.
Impact,
everything more impact in it, has more more shit at stake. I also think with smaller streamers is, like I said, people don't like to see new shit. People don't like to see new people. People don't like to get to know new motherfuckers that they don't know. People like to see Funny Mike because they know Funny Mike already. They like to see Blackboy Max because they know Blackboy Max already. What I think is interesting, Tip, is would it not be more clips? Would it not be more engagement coming out of Stream University if it was all unknown small streamers? Because now we're getting organic shit, right? We're not getting sticks. Like we're not getting Todd Lil doing what Todd Lil does. We're not getting Funny Mike doing what Funny Mike does. We're getting new faces doing new shit. Organically, genuinely, blowing up. I feel like that would, in a way, be bigger, right? Like, I put it this way, like when I don't know, fuck y'all. They said if you watch traders started off as celebrities competing, right? Now they have regular people competing. For me, it's bigger for them to have regular people competing because now we're not watching just because we want to see somebody that was on a reality TV show 5 years ago. Now we're watching because we are not only invested in this game, but we want to see how regular people handle playing this game that only celebrities have played. Right? It's like watching the NBA versus G League. G League, you have more opportunity to make some shit shake because you not doing nothing. You at the bottom rung.
Yeah,
Really got somewhere to go, but up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I do see the arguments of where people are saying, well, he doesn't have to media train Ty Lue. He doesn't have to, worry about
Yeah, because you don't want to get everybody a platform.
Which I agree. Because don't let me in that motherfucker. They said because what who was drawing at the last Stream University? Somebody who was drawing.
Like,
nobody really drawing.
Nobody was really doing nothing super stupid. I do know I didn't see a couple did get kicked out. I'm not sure for what exact reasons why, because obviously it didn't blow up. But yeah, so I get it though. Like it makes sense, like why he doesn't pick all randoms, because not everyone's gonna be sitting there making content. They're gonna make a different type of content. You know what I'm saying? So
I see both sides.
What's that going on? Yeah.
I see both sides for sure. I think, but something about Kai strikes me different, and maybe this is something we can talk about on a later episode. But it's just something weird. I don't know yet, chat. They said I don't know yet what it is, but something ever since this whole hiatus he took, the whole Gigi scandal, all of that.
Yeah,
something about Kai Cenat's vibe is different. Something about the streaming world is different. Actually, we're gonna talk about that next episode. The state of the streaming world. Did you watch Reggie and Rod's Double R Academy?
A little bit of it, yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna touch a little bit on that. I wanted to talk about that tonight, but we are unfortunately out of time. They said after everything that we talked about tonight, one thing that is important to remember here in America KKK is that the war on the black man is never going to stop, which means us as black men, we always got to fight. They said we always got to fight because it's always going to be someone to knock us down. It's always going to be someone to try and pick us up, even though, we don't need help getting back up. They said because all this time as black men, as black people, as Black Panthers, we are still standing. They said we have never failed, never lacked, never fold, never fumble. Black people, stay up on your tens, get more knowledgeable, and be more vigilant. That's what be more vigilant. Nigga. Be more vigilant. They said because it is a lot of shit going out here against us black people. It is your boy, host of the hottest podcast coming straight out of Wilmington, Delaware. It is your boy, call me Crazy, aka Kobe Nasir Wallace, and I'm here with none other than my boy, my co-host Noah fucking Tip, and this is Tuesday Night Live, brought to you by the Crazy Talk Podcast. It's your boys, and we are signing out.